We're fat girls. We eat what we want when we want to.
Okay, empowering on the surface, but let's not pretend what we want always serves us. Wanting food and needing nourishment aren't the same. Don't package self sabotage as self love.
We're fat girls. Of course we're gonna ask for a table instead of a booth.
That's not drama, that's real. I used to work as a hostess in a restaurant, and it was common for bigger patrons to always deny a booth when I would give them one. But don't let these adaptations become resignations. Normalize asking for space and wanting to improve mobility long term.
We're fat girls. Of course I ordered enough to have leftovers.
Totally fine, unless enough for leftovers is just code for emotional. This one's tricky because eating has been normalized as identity, and that's dangerous.
We're fat girls. Of course I'm learning to honor my hunger cues. We're fat girls. Of course we save some for later.
We're fat girls. Of course we take up space. Sorry, not sorry.
We're fat girls. Of course we're unlearning generational fat phobia.
Yes, but some people aren't unlearning fat phobia, they're rebranding it. Yourself for being fat isn't always toxic, but pretending fatness has zero consequence is absolutely dishonest.
We're fat girls. We're worthy exactly as we are.
That's the line everyone loves, and it's true in spirit. But worthiness doesn't mean immunity. You can love yourself and want better for yourself. If it's only one or the other, it's not growth, it's a performance. My final thought, this chant is catchy, but parts of it blurs the line between acceptance and denial. Socially, it's a clap back to fat phobia, but physically, if the mindset becomes, we don't need to change anything ever, it can reinforce habits that hurt long term health. Self love that avoids accountability isn't empowerment, it's escapism. Today's another video of opinionated compilations, Fat Edition. Be nice, no hate, just vibes.
I know that I am fat. Like, that's not a surprise to me.
Okay, we start with an immediate power move. She owns it. No self deprecation, no performance, just facts. She's not asking for permission to exist.
But I also am very gorgeous and beautiful. And,
Period. The duality society says can't exist. Fat and beautiful? She just said both. That's threatening to people who need fatness to equal failure.
as a result of that, I feel like it's kind of given me this delusion that people aren't just like extremely fat phobic. Like,
She's not delusional. She's been insulated by self-love and decent people. What's wild is that confidence makes her forget how deep the fat phobia runs. That's how strong her self-concept is, until the algorithm reminded her.
I'm trying to like put this into words. I've been living kind of in a fat little bubble. Straight up, like I said, I think I'm gorgeous. I think I'm pretty. In my head, all the people that know me and that are around me don't really see me as anything other than just the person that I am.
That line, just the person that I am. That's what most fat people never get. To just be seen as a full human instead of a walking projection screen for everyone's fears.
But ever since I started posting on here, and I can read some of the comments that some of y'all are way too comfortable leaving, it's just like made me aware of the fact that, wow, a lot of y'all really just hate fat people for no reason. I guess I kind of liked living in my bubble where I thought that people really didn't care that I was fat. It's kind of shocking how much y'all really care that I'm fat.
And it's not about her, it's about control. Fat bodies that don't apologize, that don't shrink, disrupt people who rely on that shame structure to feel okay in their own skin.
I'm gonna still keep being my fat, beautiful self. Obviously, I want to be healthier and I want to try to change things so that my health can improve, but I don't know. I just think that a lot of you guys are miserable and like fat people didn't do anything to you. They're having a hard enough time as is, so.
What you just saw isn't just a confidence check. It's a survival strategy. The mental toll of having to be extra emotionally stable just to exist in your own body online is real. And socially, it shows how quickly joy turns into a lightning rod when it's coming from someone who is never supposed to have it.
I'm so used to being the only fat person in a room, or like the fattest by a pretty large margin. So when I see other fat people who are fat like me, I'm truly psyched as hell.
Totally understandable, but be careful. Don't mistake recognition for automatic safety. Not all fat people think the same. That instant friend energy is emotional projection. It feels good, but it's not always rooted in reality.
Like, you know how they say, like, a stranger is just a friend you haven't met yet? That's how I feel exclusively about other fat people.
That's sweet, but selective empathy can create an echo chamber. Fat solidarity can be comforting, but if it's based solely on appearance, it risks being as shallow as the systems it pushes back against.
We don't have to exchange words, but I just look at them and, like, I just get this feeling of, like, we're friends. We don't have to say anything, but we're kind of friends in a way. Like, there's a fat woman who lives in my building, and every time we're in the elevator together, she just, like, gives me this look, like, and I'm like, girl, no.
You're bonding over survival. That look means I've been through it too. And yeah, that's powerful, but it's not a substitute for a real connection or accountability. My final thought is that this clip shows how being fat often forces you to seek micro moments of belonging because macro level inclusion is rare. Mentally, that creates a craving for unspoken alliance. Socially, it's a sign that the world still isn't safe enough to relax. Just be careful not to romanticize struggling as a sisterhood.
I think I'm going to tell you why I love being fat. See if I can articulate this, because it's thinking it, but it's a different thing trying to get it out of my mouth. The majority of men are not attracted to fat women. When they're not attracted to you, they don't pretend in front of you. They show their true colors because they don't want you in bed, so why should they try to be anything other than what they are?
Not wrong. Attraction removes incentive to perform. But let's not frame this like it's some fat girl superpower. If someone's rude without attraction, they're always trash. Not everyone who rejects you is exposing the matrix.
So this tells me a couple things. One, if you want to know about a dude that you're interested in, find one of your fat friends, make them hang out with the dude, and then have them report back.
That's a wild test to run. If you need to bait someone to disrespect to find their truth, you already don't trust them. That's not insight, that's entrapment.
You'll know their true colors. Because they ain't faking fat friends. I could tell you from so much personal experience.
True, but this also suggests men only treat people they want to sleep with as human, and that's a bigger red flag about society than just male behavior. This isn't about being fat, it's about how little baseline decency we expect.
So if you ever like, why does she hate men so much? Because I'm forced to see the real them because I'm fat. This is why I love being fat. It is much easier to be happy in life when the approval of men just blows away with the wind.
That's actually powerful if it's real, but make sure it's not just defense posing as detachment. Saying you don't care doesn't mean the system isn't still affecting you.
I've seen too many of them be who they really are. So when they're presentable in front of somebody they're attracted to, it's like, poor thing, if only you were fat, you would see him for who he really is. I think being fat might be the key to happiness.
Let's pause there. Fatness doesn't guarantee wisdom. It often brings struggle, judgment, and pain. You can be fat and happy, but don't pretend it's the easy route. That minimizes the cost.
Oh man, the skinny pick-me girls are gonna either learn a valuable lesson or hate my guts, and either way, I'm perfectly fine with that. And if you're like, no, but I'll be fat. How can I be happy if I'm fat? When you stop caring what men think, it is amazing how little you will care about the physical appearance of your body. I'm not saying that all women who have the body type that men find attractive are pick-me's. Just calm down. I'm saying the ones that fit into that category. If me saying this has just ruffled your feathers, I am talking about you.
My final thought, this is a sharp critique of male behavior, but it flirts with delusion. The idea that fatness sets you free skips over the very real mental and physical burdens that come with it. Yes, some mask will fall, but don't mistake being invincible for being free. One just hurts quieter.
That's okay. Who cares what I think? Just a fat girl.
Thanks for watching another opinionated compilation, Fat Edition. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below for more daily compilation breakdowns. Social media, link below. New chaos every day. See you in the next one. Bye!